Ladies and gentlemen, we are now gathered to induct the newest entrant into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Our newest entrant into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame caps our third class, as he's our 30th member to be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame to date since November of 2023. But before we induct our newest member into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and our final member of the third class, I'd like to go back in time on May 6th, 2018, for our newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, which originally was his last match in the state of Indiana, of all places, for a company called ICW. When he returned to the ring back on August the 29th, 2021, he had wondered what was left. What could he have done? It was all just a dream. He was living on a prayer, you might say, when it came to the end of his wrestling career that had taken him to multiple states and becoming one of the premier backyard wrestlers in the state of Wisconsin and throughout the Midwest in his first run in the wrestling world. When we look back on the first journey of our newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, you could have made the case then that he could have been in our Hall of Fame all those years later. But it really took until this past year when you saw what we'd say is a summer of Jovi that rivaled along the likes of some of the biggest stars in the world this past year in 2023. Taylor and Travis, Morgan Wallen, maybe even a movie or two you heard of called Barbie and Oppenheimer. Our newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame had a year to remember that took him from a guy that didn't know what he had left, questioned what he had left in this sport, and how much longer he was going to be in it. But it took a match against our most recent member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame and the new Messiah, Nicholas Crenson, to change his career and maybe change his life for the better, as it motivated him to lose weight, it motivated him to be a better person, and most importantly, be a better wrestler and win his first championship outside of a company he created called RCW in over 10 years, winning the WCE Interstate Openweight Championship. And a few short weeks later, when he fought now his current brother in the foundation, Soldier GP, forcing him to become a foundation member, but actually, in a way, marking the beginning of the second journey of his career, which has led him to where he is currently, and he's not lost a single match since, including defeating the likes of the Drip King, Adonis Felios, Craven Rage, the one-time Backyard Nightmare and so-called Ruler of the Yard, and even most recently, defeating respected hardcore deathmatch wrestler Ox McCoy. Our resident rock star may be a foundation rock star, but now he's become a rock star from all over the world, who's certainly given everybody his own versions of Purple Rain, a Bed of Roses. As we've kept the faith with him, we've certainly tried to be slippery when wet in keeping up with him, but we've definitely had a nice day each and every time he's come on to Sportswire Radio over these past nearly 2 years. When I think about the journey of our newest member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, in some ways it might be the most unlikely journey of our previous members that have been inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But in other ways, I think that this is the most emotional and will be the most memorable of all the inductees that have been inducted into our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame to date, because he has truly become, as I stated earlier, the most beloved backyard wrestler, I would say, in the world, because each time he comes out, he is truly the only person where people chant, Jovi, 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 or his other famous line that says, yeah, and he's also, even with all of that said, has a YouTube channel that many people have tuned into over the past year, which I could honestly say has arguably lifted the company called Wrestling Championship Entertainment, as without that YouTube channel, many would make the case that Wrestling Championship Entertainment wouldn't have the E and wouldn't even have the C in the W, because you need an E to put the C and the W together. Our newest inductee into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame has always been somebody that has made people laugh, smile, and always felt a little bit better about themselves. Even though these days he's the Foundation's rock star. But as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters, he will be our all time favorite rock star. And also to date, he actually won not but 3 awards this year in Wrestling Championship Entertainment's Viewers' Choice Awards, as he won Best Match of the Year, Best Mic of the Year. For his, I mean, that speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. He's the only person in WC that really can hold a candle to some of the best in this sport. Well, Nicholas Crenton certainly maybe we'll throw out there. But he was also, most importantly, though, the Wrestler of the Year voted upon by the fans. And when I think about the class of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, I couldn't think of a better person to be the 30th member in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Because when you think about the number 30, it's a number you'll remember, and it's a number that stands out most. And in fact, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, it was over 1 month ago that we came up with the hashtag All Wrestling Matters. And when I think about our newest inductee into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, my opinion only, the definition of All Wrestling Matters is our newest inductee into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Because what he does each and every day, it doesn't matter what type of wrestling you are or you like, he is the definition of that. And one day, when you go into the dictionary and you see the term All Wrestling Matters, I can assure you it will be the 30th member of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Each and every day, I speak with people from all around the world, from all walks of life, and all types of backgrounds. But the only person that I've had on to date that I can honestly say everybody likes and nobody's ever had a bad thing to say about is the 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And that is the man that we're looking at right now. I could go on and on and on about our newest inductee into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And as a matter of fact, in addition to something that I have that I would like to present to our newest inductee into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, I have something else that I'll present to him. And as a matter of fact, I even have another thing that he has no idea that I'm going to give him on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that the facts say it all. This is the person that we want to end off with our third class here in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to congratulate officially now the 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, the WCE Interstate Openweight Champion, not only IMF's favorite rock star, not only WCE's resident rock star, not only Sportswire Radio's favorite resident rock star, but the world's favorite resident rock star. And I also think it's very poetic that our guest here is being inducted into our Hall of Fame because it was 24 hours ago that John Bon Jovi himself was honored for his 40 years in music and for his contributions that he has given to the world as a whole when it comes to philanthropy, charity, and everything that he has done to give back to the world and make it a better place. I can honestly say in the 5 years that Sportswire Radio has been in existence, the 30th member of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame has made Sportswire Radio a better place. Shawn Jovi, the resident rock star, I'd like to congratulate you now in becoming the 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But before I do that, I need to give you that fitting introduction that so many others have gotten, including your brothers in the foundation, Omen Black and Soldier GP. After all, it is Omen Black's show here on Sportswire Radio. Nicholas Crenton, the man that defeated you for your RCW Underground Championship at the time. The likes of Justin Parsley, our third member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. I'm wearing his shirt. Dean Allmark, who's only defeated Jushin Thunder Liger, Brian Danielson, the natural born fighter, R.P. Davis, the only man in the entire country of Britain to have won a boxing world championship, a wrestling world championship. Luke Leyland, the only person from Britain to have ever fought in Dombay at the African Warriors Fighting Championship with 100,000 followers. James Barris, owner of Cutlery Championship Wrestling, Ernest of New York Mets minor league reporter, and so many others. Shawn Jovi, it's time to get that introduction that all 29 have gotten, and I can tell you, factually, this is the longest one yet, so salivate at this introduction here because it's time for you to take your place in history. So with that, wait for further ado here on the Sports Report.
Yeah.
Number one. Global Sports Show. The 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. The final member of the third class Sportswire Radio's resident rock star. The WC Interstate Openweight Champion and the Foundation's rock star. His name is Shawn Jovi. The champ is here. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. You just gave me the most emotional uprising I will probably ever have in my life, and I really appreciate that.
Well, don't cry on me.
Dude, like honestly, that was beautiful, Tom. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
No, you absolutely earned it. And, everything I said was true. And I know people want to congratulate you. Just hang on. I promise you, you'll be able to, say hello to the resident rock star. But, I was thinking about this. Now, I've obviously done a lot of these. We've had some really cool people that are in the Hall of Fame. And Monday night, we have a guy in Dan Burns who actually played in the NCAA Final Four in basketball going into our Hall of Fame. And that's a massive, big deal. But I've done a lot of these, and I've had a chance to talk to a lot of people, and certainly a lot of people in our Hall of Fame. We mentioned some great names, Justin Parsley. We certainly mentioned RPD, Omen and Soldier, Dean Allmark, Josh Fletcher, Josh Allen, the XCW and TBW guys, Jackson Law, man, you shared a locker room with. Certainly there's a long list of great guys, James Barris, but this one I really felt was going to be emotional because May 6, 2018, before this second journey, that was your last match in ICW. You thought you were done. When you stepped back into the ring, August the 29th, 2021, you didn't know what to expect. You debuted in this sport August the 31st, 2006. Sure, we could have inducted you here into the first part of your career. Sure, maybe we could have inducted you after 2022. Maybe we could have inducted you alone just on the YouTube stuff that you do. We'll certainly plug all of that, but I really think that in these past several months, this is where it all crystallized. And yes, you're right. This might have been the most emotional one that we've had because in some ways, you might be the most unlikely person to be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. But conversely, you might be the most popular person to ever be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame because I can guarantee you, without a shadow of a doubt, as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station where all wrestling matters, is your voice of all wrestling, the Reverend Tom Bryce. I don't think there's anybody that I could honestly say that I have met that would say a single bad word about you. And I think that's why you're here, and that's why you're in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And congratulations, and what does it mean to you now officially to be in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame?
Tom, it's an absolute honor. It's my birthday weekend, as you know, and I've been celebrating, and I've been telling people all day, tune in. You got to see this induction tonight. It's the biggest night of my life kind of thing, I was trying to hype it up so everyone tunes in.
No, you did great.
I want this to be a party, man.
No, well, you did great. We're going to wish you happy birthday. And obviously, I know it's not till Monday, so I technically can't wish happy birthday, but I will wish you happy birthday for sure. but you definitely deserved it, and and obviously you've grown a lot. And seeing you here on this journey, that's why I thought that there'd be no better way to finish off the third class. And I see some Hall of Famers who are here. I'm gonna obviously DVG's out there, Dustin Bungalow.
Yes.
Just by the way, he just introduced some guy, Matt Riddle, in the ring out there in Maryland yesterday. So how you doing,
Ooh,
DVG? Thank you. Yep, he's here with us saying hello.
nice.
But the facts are is that I really wanted to make this special. Yes, it's your birthday weekend, no question. But I think to end the third class, there's no better person, no more beloved person. And I think you are the most popular wrestler in the yard. That's not taking away the likes from Jack Delta right now. Obviously, Jack Delta's been here. We had Jack Delta Day, or certainly guys like Jackson Law and XCW, or Justin Parsley, or CJ Black, or anybody else that's out there in the yard. I mean, not taking anything away from them, but you're the one guy universally, everybody chants, Jovi,
Right.
Jovi, Jovi. And they go, yeah. I mean, you're the only person I could think of.
I mean, for starters, my theme is contagious, and everything about the gimmick and everything just makes it even more contagious.
Well, we certainly tried our best to certainly give you a nice day. We certainly tried our best not to be too slippery when wet in the speech. We certainly definitely kept the faith. You definitely gave us a little bit of Purple Rain and a bed of roses throughout 2023 in the summer for sure. And like I said, your year was very similar to some of the big people we remembered in 2023. Morgan Wallen, Taylor and Travis, movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer. You were right there because this year was the summer of Jovi.
It was.
And, I want to get to people, and I'm going to get to you. I know there's a lot of people that want to say hello. I'm going to give this opportunity, but, Shawn Jovi, the resident rock. So I think I want to do a couple things here off the bat. First of all, I want to present to you something before I give you something else, which I came up with. First of all, thank you, Shawn Jovi. This is a thank you, Shawn Jovi. This is the first entree. Thank you, Shawn Jovi. We wanted to put this up kind of like a banner. The reason I first want to put it back, we have a couple things we want to give you. I was watching a speech. It was actually done when there was a player that played for the New York Mets. His name was Rusty Staub. God rest his soul. He died. And when he was inducted into the New York Mets Hall of Fame, they had people come out with banners and they said, thank you, Rusty. And Rusty was universally beloved by the fans of the New York Mets, even unfortunately when he died 6 years ago. And I think, Shawn Jovi, we wanted to create a banner for you because of how much you've been beloved, not only on Sportswire, not only in WCE or in the foundation or in IMF, but truly through everybody in the yard and also who watches your vlogs. So I first of all wanted to thank you. Thank you, Shawn Jovi. But, and Michael Blackheart, Festus is not in the Hall of Fame yet. So that's why he's not mentioned. He's not in the Hall of Fame until next month. But I do want to present to you something else, which I would hope that you'd want to accept, Shawn Jovi, because we've had 29 members previously get inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, and we presented all of them with something. And I was wondering, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, this is your big moment. This is kind of like the Mick Foley rock segment on Raw. This is your life. And I wanted to present to you something that might make this moment a little bit more memorable if I could present it for the audience, because they don't know what it is and you don't know what it is. Would you like to see it, Shawn Jovi, the resident rock star?
Bring it on. I want to see it, man.
Well, first of all, I think that there's no better way to kick things off here than to give you a certificate that formally recognizes you as our 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. You have my John Hancock, and it actually is worth something. So if you went to the bank and used my signature, you probably would get a lot of money. I could probably buy some companies that are dead right now in this sport, but that's here nor there. But you do have our logo. You have today's date. And congratulations. We like to, unlike the other Hall of Fames out there, that you don't actually get anything physical to kind of realize you're in the Hall of Fame. We try to make this Hall of Fame kind of memorable, almost like that Hall of Fame in Canton, in the NFL Football Hall of Fame, or the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame out there in Cooperstown. We like to think of the Hall of Fame for many of our wrestlers, especially, that when they go to the Hall of Fame, they go to the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Just like the Football Hall of Famers, they go to Canton. The Baseball Hall of Famers, they go to Cooperstown. The Hockey Hall of Famers, they go to Toronto. The basketball Hall of Famers, they go to Springfield. Well, if you're a wrestler and you're going to the Hall of Fame, you're going to the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And Shawn Jovi, congratulations. This is yours. This will last a lifetime, and this is official.
I appreciate it, Tom. Thank you so much.
Well, you definitely deserved it. And I have something else to present to you, but people are waiting a long time to speak with you. Let me get to everybody because a lot of people want to talk to you. I want to say hello to our management in the IMF, Shawn Jovi. Bay, you definitely straight up, and you definitely, there it is, definitely. I want to say hello to Tyler Ark. Tyler Ark was the rising star of the year in WC, and I don't know why Tyler Ark said he was banned on Sportswire, because he's not banned on Sportswire. He just needs to be able to talk a little better. That's all. But we always want to give an open door policy. So how you doing, Tyler? Thank you for tuning in. And I just caught you on your podcast. You were on with Adonis Felios and Drake Silverwolf, the big bad Silverwolf. So we want to thank you guys for tuning in. Good evening, Jules from NYC. Good evening, Tom and Shawn. It is his show. Woo! Foundation, baby. Yep, there you go. Hey, Jules, don't worry. Your daddy Omen is back on my show. So there you go, Jules. If you like him big, you like him hardcore, you like a god from the Midwest, he's all yours.
Boogeyman.
He's the boogeyman. You know what?
You're a boogeyman.
And Jimmy Controversy doesn't want him in the ring. Mikey Anarchy doesn't want him in the ring. I hear Obey wouldn't want a piece of him. I hear Hardcore wouldn't want a piece of him. I certainly know Damian Saint's not going to want anything from him. So
Damian doesn't stand a ghost of a chance.
He doesn't stand a chance. That's why, Jules, he's going to be all yours. You're going to like him bloody. You're going to like him big. You're going to like him rough. You're going to like him hardcore. And that's Omen Black for you. And I guess she seems to agree. Yep, Jovi. Yep. If you're not down with the foundation, then yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Congratulations, Jovi. I want to say hello to Skulls the Soul Hunter. Obviously, Skulls will go into the Hall of Fame next month, and it is a rock star party when Shawn Jovi is on. Now, a Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame rock star. Very well said. Nicholas Crenson, congratulations, brother. You earned every bit of these honors. And I did bring up that Nicholas Crenson in some ways punched your ticket into the Sportswire Hall of Fame after your match with him that sort of gave him his first singles major championship in 17 years. And that's that. But you're damn right it's my show. Well, we inducted you in the Hall of Fame. Well, what's the issue here? I don't know, but I'm behind on comments. Maybe that's why. How you doing, Craven Rage? Congratulations, Shawn Jovi. You deserve it, and you're a good man and a true rock star. Absolutely, and a great man, by the way. A great man. That's
great, for sure. Craven.
Damn, hitting those high notes like Mariah Carey. Did I hit them that high tonight? I actually, what's funny? I actually was really. I have to say,
did good.
I was practicing this week. I've noticed the last couple of them. I felt Crenson's was good. But I think since I did Chase Wakefield's, I feel like they've been getting better. I would do them
You've been handing them out of the park.
Yeah, but when I did the first one with RPD, it was 2 minutes, and it was okay. I could tell he was looking at me okay, let's go. Dean Allmark, it was he didn't really kind of grasp it, but I think now we're doing them. I'm going to now have to do my next one for 20 minutes. So at this point, there's going to come to, when it comes to the big other people get on the Hall of Fame, like the Tribal Chiefs, for example, they're going to expect a 45-minute speech, which I don't know if I can pull that off, but stay tuned. Omen Black, Boogeyman of the Midwest, methinks Tom has some good motivation for it on the speech. Yeah, I mean, we got Shawn Jovi here. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I pay him the big bucks. Boogeyman of the Midwest, exactly. Well, I don't need the big bucks, but certainly, you know what? Let's make sure that we thank you, Omen, anyway. How you doing, Michael Blackheart? Thank you for being here with us. Yes, DVG is here again. DVG, we just mentioned him. How you doing, DVG? And yes, all wrestling matters. And I want to put this out there one more time. When I thought about that hashtag that we've been using now since the start of the year, I truly believe that you are the true definition of that. And when somebody would look in a dictionary and see what all wrestling matters would be, you would be that person that they would look to because of everything that you do and what you do with the cannonball, with how you go out there with the fans and that reactions and the types of matches that you've had, especially in this 2023 dream season, greatest year of your life, greatest year of your career. And that's why we have All Wrestling Matters. Yes. And thank you, Michael, though, for that. Happy birthday. Yes. Maybe I will sing to you happy birthday at the end of the show. If my voice is up to it, maybe you'll get that. You might. Stay tuned. Jules, yes. As I pointed out, Festus is not inducted till next month, so that's why we didn't mention him. Stay tuned. I think I know this guy is
Yeah.
our
There
U.S.
he is.
champion. The U.S. champ is here, and oh yeah, that's the Caps Lock, the resident rock star. How you doing? With all due respect, Sean Jovi, you definitely deserve every moment, and I definitely can. It was an honor to face you, and thank you, Sean Jovi, because you brought out the best of me. Yes, definitely, we agree that Sean Jovi is this. I've been looking for you, brother. Well, you got him here right now. He's live
Yeah,
with us, live in the
come
fresh.
on up.
Evening, Tom and Mr. Jovi. Congratulations into being inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Happy early birthday. Also here, yeah, well, 89. Congrats, brother. You deserve it. Do we know who this is? I want to say hello and say hi. I don't know who it is. Okay.
I think I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you? Let's move on from that. This is about Sean Jovi. Jules likes him big and hardcore. Well, that's obviously between you and Omen. We're a family show on Sportswire. I have a feeling my brother would appreciate if I came on my show and congratulate him. Yes, you can definitely come on here at some point. Let's get the festivities still continue to go, and yes, we'll make that happen. But Sean Jovi, I guess I should probably get to it. I know obviously there's a lot of emotions right now. A lot of people are tuned in. If there was something else I could present to you, I know usually we've done a lot of these so far, and I usually just give one thing to somebody. Usually it's the certificate, but actually we have something else that we want to give to you. Yes, you saw the banner, but we also have something else that's formal that I would like to give to you. In fact, you're the first person of any kind that's going to get this here that we've actually decided to do. So I think the moment's pretty special, and it's your birthday weekend. And, for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters, Sean Jovi, do you think you would be okay with you if I actually presented this on air and give this to you in addition to this certificate of appreciation recognizing you formally as the 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame?
I say bring it on. You've been full of surprises tonight, Tom, and I'm open them all.
Well, that's the wrong one. This is it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to do something different here on Sportswire right now. When you think about it, if you heard in my speech, right, we talked about how you were universally beloved. We talked about the fact you might be the biggest and most popular wrestler in the backyard. So we've decided here in the voting committee, well, the committee's me. I pretty much have the sole and deciding vote. Pretty much like Vince McMahon, how he used to, when he was used to be mentioned, how he decided who would get into the Hall of Fame and such. Well, as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station, where again, all wrestling matters, we've decided, after all the wrestlers we've interviewed, whether it's in the backyard, the underground, the semi-pro, the pro, the independent, the UK, the US, downtown, Baghdad, Bangkok, Chinatown, you name it, everybody else that we've interviewed, Sean Jovi, we have decided that the 2023 Sportswire Radio Superstar of the Year is you, the resident rock star, Sean Jovi. Congratulations. You've won our first of the 2023 awards that we're going to give out here throughout these next few weeks. Congratulations, Sean Jovi. You've gotten another certificate.
Sean, 2 certificates. I like it. Jovi, 2 certificates.
How does that make you feel?
Doesn't ring as well as Jovi 2 belts, but I love this.
How does this make you feel?
Like a rock star king, my friend. I feel like a king. I feel like that if things can't just go, like they only go up from here. This is just the beginning, and I assure you of that. If you thought these certificates were the top of the mountain, I'm just getting started, baby. I got to work for 2024 Wrestler of the Year now.
When you look back on this year, you went through a lot.
I did.
And how did you use what you went through in the first part of the year to make the change to where you are today?
Well, I mean, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I'm just like, where did this even stem from? And a lot of it was I had a match earlier in that year where I was frustrated. I felt like I just wasn't at my best, and I didn't know if I could just continue putting on the show I felt like I was putting on. And then I had that match with Crenson that you said arguably broke me out of my shell and got me here on this award show tonight. So in my opinion, it's just the beginning. And I am ready to just blow up from here, man. I'm ready for one hell of a ride, and last year was a hell of a ride.
I believe that the best is yet to come. There's an old
It is.
expression. The best is yet to come. And let me break the fourth wall for a second. And I want to say hello to a few other Hall of Famers, but
All right.
how much did Tamara mean to you in this journey?
For Tamara,
Yep.
she was a huge inspiration. Her getting me on these workouts and stuff, kind of giving me a second chance at working on my wrestling career and getting ready for the big fight of the summer that I had to go through. She was there for me every step of the way.
What do you want to say to the people that supported you, especially when you go back to August 29th, 2021, when you decided to come back to the ring and there was a lot of doubt, there was a lot of questions, and you didn't know if this was the right thing. I had mentioned when we inducted you into the Hall of Fame that May 6, 2018 was the last time you had stepped back in the ring before you went in 2021. You were in
Right.
Indiana ICW, and you were
Yep.
done.
There.
You thought you
Yeah.
were
There.
done.
I did their WrestleMania style show, Deadly Fire, and with Happy Psycho, and I thought that was it. I truly thought that was it.
And what do you want to say to the people that were with you when you said, you know what, I'm coming back, I'm going into the ring? What would you especially like to say to family and friends? And I know how much they've meant to you because your family was there when you
Yep.
won your first championship outside of RCW in over
Hmm.
10 years this past summer, 2 out of 3 falls with Marshall.
Yep. They were there. My parents were both there. My brother was there. Tamara was there. Everybody was there. That everyone who played a role in my life in this whole journey was there, pretty much.
Well, you know what, Shawn Jovi? I'm going to make another announcement if I could on my
Sure.
behalf. I'm going to do that for you because I know it's your birthday that's coming up. And as the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, the #1 global radio station, your voice of all wrestling, your website's jovismerch.com.
Hmm.
As soon as we're off the air, I am going to personally buy a shirt to support you and to support your birthday. Happy birthday, Shawn Jovi.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank you so
birthday.
much.
Happy
I'm actually
birthday.
coming out with a new one soon too, so keep an eye out for that too.
Okay, well, you know what? It's your moment. You earned it. You earned my support. A lot of people still want to say hello, so let me get to them because people don't want to hear me anymore. They've heard me enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only goofing. I would like to say hello to my buddy, Mr. Justin Parsley. Justin was the third member of our Hall of Fame. He's one half of the XCW Tag Team Champions. He is the first real wrestler. He is also in the Hall of Fame, and he wants to give his congratulations. And also, I want to give his other half, Amanda, once again a happy birthday because Amanda just celebrated a birthday, and we've actually seen Amanda on XCW TV quite a bit in the past. And I hope she had a great day out there. And I hope
Mhm.
Justin had a great day out there as well. And I hope to see Justin back on Sportswire Radio in the next few weeks. So we hope to see that. And he wants to give you a congratulations. And everybody, I
Thank
hope,
you very
wishes
much.
Amanda a very, very happy birthday. Thank you so much. Oh, God, it's a real. Oh, well, yeah, I saw that. Okay. I'm not a real MVP, just making the facts obvious here. If you'd like to follow Shawn Jovi in the meantime, Instagram and TikTok, Shawn Jovi Selby. Facebook, actually, the actual hashtag is SM Selby. YouTube, Shawn Jovi, and he just passed 666 subscribers. So he's no longer at 666 anymore, but he was at that number. And if you want to buy merchandise, like I'm going to buy some merchandise right after we're off the air, you can go to jovismerch.com. And if you like what you hear from us on Sportswire Radio and you're here for the first time, we're on YouTube at Sportswire Radio 6579. So if you're here now, click the sub link. We just hit 500 plus subscribers. So we want to make sure everybody continues to support us. We're here. We'll spend a few more minutes on kind of congratulating and then going into current events. But,
Yep.
Shawn Jovi, when I look back into your journey, is there a moment that stands out most for you in why we're here today in the Hall of Fame?
Like a particular moment that
Could be
stood
the
out the most.
foundation, could be anything. Is there anything that stands out most before I get into current events? Because obviously,
Honestly, like after the match with Crenson and the exposure with IMF and joining the foundation, that was the cream of the crop right there. That was, I feel like the moment I joined the foundation, that was the big turning
And you
point.
talked about going. You wanted to travel back and wrestle other
I
states.
did.
You said it last year on the show before the season started that you wanted to go to other places. And I
Yeah,
think now going into the foundation for you, you've had more doors open for you than you maybe have ever could have realized or could have hoped for because we see how big the foundation is, figuratively and
they're
literally.
huge.
Yeah,
They're huge, and they're only growing. We're only growing.
well,
That's the thing.
I was gonna, and you guys are going into a 400-seat venue once again, which I'm going to talk about here shortly. And you've got so many eyeballs exposed to you. You've gotten to be able to do so many different things. You defeat Ox McCoy in a
Yep.
match you're not used to. You make him bleed even. I mean, the run that you've been on right now, Craven Rage, even the score with him, you guys have had history that goes back since the comeback. I mean, you've done
Yeah.
things. In fact, you haven't lost a single match since you've joined the foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah. Not going to stop anytime soon, huh? I'm not going to stop
Never.
anything. Okay.
It's not ending. Not ending till the fat lady sings, and she ain't singing tonight, baby.
Oh, well, you know what? I don't know how much more I can sing, but I'll certainly say I'm not fat. But I have a lot of comments here. So I'm going to try to get to everybody here because people still want to talk to you. So let me get to the people. Now I need a real drag. Can you just not stay away from me, Omen? Because they have some issues in XCW. So that's certainly
No,
where that's
that's
coming
cute.
from. Well,
Go Omen.
okay, well, I'm wearing a parsley shirt, so let's hope for a double count out. Let's hope for a double DQ, so that way
Okay, we'll
everybody
go
goes.
with it.
Okay,
Meet
good
you
enough.
down the middle, Tom.
I always try to be Switzerland. That's always what I try to be. Yeah, we're gonna finish the story, Justin. Just whoop your pathetic ass one more time. No, Tim. Oh, I will bring up Tim Mecker in a second. I'm gonna bring if that's what he's alluding to. I will bring him up. To Tamara is definitely an MVP for a lot of us in WCE. I'll put a band-aid on your cheek and make you my Nelly. I want to bring something up if I could actually, and I
Yeah,
did it. I did it in Nicholas's segment, so that's why I didn't go with it. But Tim Mecca, and I wish that he could have been here for this.
yeah.
And I know his relationship might have been more with James and Nicholas
Mm-hmm.
than you, but I'm sure that there's going to be a day very soon where Tim, we're going to honor on Sportswire Radio on his legacy for sure. We're going to make that
Yes.
happen. And what do you think Tim Mecca would say of all this?
I mean, I think he'd be damn proud of me. For somebody who didn't get the luxury of being trained or mentored by him, but I did wrestle him once a long time ago, and I feel like I've come a long way since. I feel like he'd be damn proud of me if he was still here right now.
He's definitely looking down, and he's looking at the fact that Nicholas Crenson was put in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. He's looking at you in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. He's seen what James Marshall has done. He's seen how far Darkfire has come. And
Mm-hmm.
he knows he can rest assured that Wisconsin backyard wrestling is in a good place. And as long as Sportswire Radio and yours truly is breathing, the Mecca family name will always carry on. And you can rest assured that the day is coming soon that Tim Mecca will get his place in Sportswire Radio history. And you can also rest assured that the likes of Kodak Kid will get their place in Sportswire Radio history. You can also rest assured that we'll certainly talk to the likes of yourself, Nicholas Crenson, James Marshall, Kodak Kid, about the memories and the legacy of
Mm-hmm.
Tim Mecca. And one more time, I'd like to give a moment of silence to Tim Mecca and remember him, especially on this historic day and the greatest day of Shawn Jovi's life and the greatest weekend of Shawn Jovi's life. I would like to think of the memory of Tim Mecca. And for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, if you don't mind me, once again, I would like to join with me, please, in a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you. And Tim Mecca, we're certainly looking down. We're going to do our best to keep your memory alive. And I know he's proud of you, Shawn Jovi, as we're all proud of you. And that's why this is your day tonight. I have a lot more comments here. Let's try to get to them. Justin Parsley says, I'll rap to you about your dilemma and make you my Kelly Rowland a bit. I think today, though, we're really thinking about keep the faith. We're thinking about New
Yeah.
Jersey. We're thinking about slippery when wet. Crush
Yeah.
even. You could bring up Crush, Bounce. I mean, you could bring up even Have a Nice Day, The Lost Highway. Maybe you guys are on the Lost Highway.
They are on the Lost Highway. They're obviously not in the fast lane to Jovi's. He's a moment here.
And I think how fitting it was yesterday. John Bon Jovi is honored for 40 years in his career and all of his philanthropic things he's done for the world. And Shawn Jovi, right afterwards, gets inducted into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, being honored for his distinguished career in this sport, inside and outside. I mean, that is as poetic as you could get, Shawn Jovi.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have my kayfabe father doing his thing and the prodigal son being in the Hall of Fame.
He's
the illegitimate prodigal son. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm sure Mr. Bon Jovi is very happy. He knows that you're in the Hall of Fame. He certainly knows that, you've got a great speech, and we're certainly happy. And I have a lot more people that want to say hi. So we'll get to, maybe we'll bring Omen on here in about 15 minutes. We'll let him say a few words. Anybody else that's in the foundation, they're welcome to. Promise now, shut up and give Shawn Jovi the same respect you once got, but some argue you never even deserved, meaning Omen Black. I mean, I realize, it's funny because on Sportswire, I guess it wouldn't be Sportswire without a food fight, because on Sportswire, that's what we've kind of been known for. We've been known for the pipe bombs lately. We've been known for the shoots. We've been known for the wrestlers going back and forth. I've even heard through a birdie, the resident rock star, Shawn Jovi, Sportswire Radio's resident rock star, you might be even seeing a match one of these days on Sportswire Radio being called by yours truly. So stay tuned. Just be happy I allowed Tom to give you the chance to talk on my show. When I need a good laugh, I just put on a Parsley's interview. Well, I mean, that would be a Joshua Snow interview. I mean, I would think that would be kind of where I would get a laugh or two out of, maybe a Jenny Hayes interview, or, somebody like that who's boring. But, Justin Parsley is still in our Hall of Fame. You're a good champion, bro. Okay, good stuff there. I got all that. But if you're here on Sportswire Radio, I like for us to give you a follow. Give us a follow on our YouTube channel. It's Sportswire Radio, 6579 backspace streams. We're also on Tumblr. We're at Tumblr now at Sportswire Radio, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You can check us out anytime on sportswireradio.org. If you have a podcast out there, if you want some live music to be played, if you want to hear I Want It That Way, tell me why. If you want Steel Panther to be played on sportswireradio.org, you let me know, because I own the station and I program the music, I program the shows, and I give people the opportunity free of charge to have your podcast played. So if you have a suggestion, anything else, please let me know. And we have more coverage coming up here the next few days, because Tuesday, to join you, Foundation members, 11 o'clock Eastern time, going into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, Matthew Forsaken and Darkron. We are all Forsaken with Matthew Forsaken's here, and Darkron, is going to be talking a lot about February the 17th, and obviously they're going to be joining you Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern time. We're very excited about that. Monday, if you want to see a Hall of Famer, a man that played in the college basketball Final Four, Danny Burns, the legendary Danny Burns, is here 7:30 p.m. Probably, literally in the mainstream world, obviously in the wrestling world, Shawn Jovi, you're the most beloved. But in the mainstream sports world, to have Dan Burns in our Hall of Fame, basically, I mean, you cemented the Hall of Fame in the backyard wrestling scene, but Dan Burns basically built the house for us. He's going to make sure that the foundation, quote unquote, of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame is going to be up for like 50 years, because when you put a guy that played in the college basketball Final Four in your Hall of Fame, you're pretty much going to be good forever. There's pretty much there's nobody that's going to say, well, there's only backyard wrestlers in there. There's only this person in there and that person in there. No, he played in the college basketball Final Four. He's taken his place in history here. And before that, we have live coverage here. Tomorrow, we're going to be here at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time with King Rage of Resurrection Wrestling. Resurrection Wrestling has a show on the 17th of February. Jimmy Controversy is going to be wrestling Mikey Anarchy at Mac 10, and a fourth participant to be named later, not to be confused with the IMF show. And also, we're going to have at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time from the Alliance Wrestling League, the War Criminal, Dylan Andrews is going to be here. So these guys, we'll see what they have to say, but you can tune in then. But in the meantime, we are here with the resident rock star, Shawn Jovi here now, who's the 2023 Sportswire Radio Superstar of the Year. He was also our 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And I want to say it one more time here. Thank you, Shawn Jovi. Thank you, Shawn Jovi in bold. Thank you for everything that you've done for this sport. Thank you for your inspiration. Thank you for believing in Sportswire. Thank you for what you've done for this sport. Thank you for everything that you have done. I know this has been like 45 minutes of thank yous, but you really deserve it because truly, like I said, there is no other person I could think of that anybody could not think of a bad thing to say about you. There's people that come on Sportswire and they go, yeah, I don't like him. I don't like that person, or I don't like that match they wrestled. I can't think of a single bad thing that anybody would say negative about you. It shows how universally beloved you are. And we didn't even bring up the fact that you also had maybe the greatest commercial in 2023 with that resident rock star, Shawn!
That was my favorite parody skit I did all year. That was probably my favorite. That was literally skit of the year.
I'll tell you what, that one, I wish I would have had the video. I would have played it on here live, but you can check it out on Shawn's YouTube channel. It's Shawn Jovi, also SM Selby on Facebook, also Shawn Jovi Selby on TikTok and Instagram. You can see that stuff there, and also jovismerch.com. But definitely that was memorable. I mean, there was a lot of things we could have said here. I have more comments here. Let me get to people here. Yeah. Nicholas Crenson said 2023 Jovi's year was filled with at least 5 match of the year contenders, so we definitely earned that superstar of the year from Sportswire. Yes, and that's the truth. You were the superstar of the year because let's think about it. The war you had with Soldier, the war you had with Crenson, the war you had with Marshall. In between that, you had wars with Adonis. You had Billiards. I mean, you had Craven Rage to end the year. I mean, you had some really memorable wars. Prince Charles. I mean, it was banger after banger. It was banger after banger after banger. And it was because of you. And oh, by the way, the best cannonball in this sport belongs to the resident rock star, Shawn Jovi. Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. And Tyler Ark, I will give you a shout out. Yes. We want people to tune into the Tyler Ark Show. You can do that on YouTube, right? YouTube and Facebook, the Tyler Ark Show, the Mano Machinist, Nicholas Crenson's protege and Vector. You can tune into his show. All right, so obviously, I'll bring on some people in a few minutes. If they want to come on, we'll certainly do that. But, Shawn Jovi, in closing in this moment, before we go into current events, is there anything else that you'd like to say to anybody else before we move on to some current events and some other lines of business?
I just want to thank everyone for their continuous support, having the faith in me to keep this journey going. And like I said, the momentum's on my side, and this is just the beginning. I promise that this year is going to be something different.
Oh, I
reinvent, and you've seen it, Tom. Like beginning of last year, first interview you had with me, right?
I remember it.
You said there was something different about me, and I didn't believe it at the time. I didn't know what to believe. I didn't even know the seeds were planted for this yet. But little did I know you were right. There was something different, and it was a fire that needed kindling, and it got kindled. And it went off, and it blew up, and it went everywhere. I went everywhere over the summer. I did everything I needed to do to get this achievement. So I worked my ass off for it, and I'm glad it's paid off.
Well, you know what? I said it then, and there's a lot that I said in the speech. I mean, listen, I could have said 10 more minutes about you, but at that point, people were going to get bored. I mean, I got to be honest.
Man.
I gave
you went 5 minutes. You went 5 minutes longer than I thought you would.
Well, you know what? I'm going to break the fourth wall before we talk to current events. Nicholas Crenson messaged me, right? And he said, I hope you have a good speech. I was kind of like, okay, obviously I was actually planning the whole day for your moment. I really spent a lot of time on this. And he goes, I hope you have a good speech. I'm like, okay, yeah. I mean, I've done like 20 of these. And I do speeches all the time. He's like, can you go 10 minutes? And I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. All right. Little did I know that I kept talking, and we went like way more than 10 minutes. We did like 12 minutes. I mean, I
Yeah, it was like
honestly,
11, 12 minutes.
I was watching you. I was like, I don't want this guy to cry on me. Like, I was like, you know,
No.
I was like, that's why I was like, okay, I don't know how long. If I could have probably did 5 more minutes, we could have certainly brought up some other things, but it was coming to a point. It was like I got to let people talk to you. I mean, honestly,
yeah,
it was like I think 10 minutes was good enough. I mean, let's see.
You did just fine, Tom.
Yeah, I think he was great. But let's talk about current events here, and we'll let Omen say hi in a little bit. The last time we saw you in the ring was against a guy, Ox McCoy. Certainly respected guy. Seen him square off in Levi McDaniel's promotion. Very well distinguished, hardcore deathmatch guy. And again, you went into something outside of your element, reinventing the resident rock star's wheel, and you came away with a victory. And you certainly made Mr. McCoy bleed. And watching Mr. McCoy after the match and kind of the way he looked up, I was kind of wondering, where do we go from here? And I'm wondering, the resident rock star, Shawn Jovi, we have a show coming up 2 weeks from today, which we're going to be promoting on Sportzwire. And I've endorsed the event, and I will donate to the event when we come to the weekend. I will put the poster up here shortly in a second, called King of the Center. And you got this big win over Ox McCoy. But for those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, where does the resident rock star go from here?
Well, I think the resident rock star should continue his open challenge. So whether I am competing next month in the King of the Center tournament or in a singles match, either way, every match until I lose this is for this. That is an announcement I wanted to make tonight, because I want to be one of the most decorated champions in history. So every match until I lose this, it's on the line. It doesn't matter if it's a one-on-one match, if it's the King of the Center tournament. If I'm in the King of the Center tournament, this belt's on the line the whole freaking tournament.
Wait a minute. Time out for a second. For those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, the resident rock star, Shawn Jovi, not only are you entering the King of the Center tournament 2 weeks from today, but you're also putting up your interstate openweight championship each time you go out there. I mean, this almost seems like,
if my name gets drawn, I'm all in on it. All in, baby.
But wait, don't you think that you've had all this goodwill, Summer of Jovi, Superstar of the Year, you win 3 awards in WC, you're almost playing like Russian roulette right now with all the momentum you've had. You haven't lost since you've joined the foundation. I mean, are you sure you want to do this, the resident rock star? This is a big gamble here.
It's a big gamble, but I'm a fighting champion, Tom. And what better way to prove it than to defend it throughout a tournament?
Well, I mean, could you be concerned about the competition you might face?
I'm very concerned, but that's what excites me and makes me want more. I told you, Tom, it's a different Shawn Jovi and a whole different ball game now.
But this is really kind of upping the odds here, you think? This is really upping the odds a little bit here, no?
No. I think the pressure is going to make it stronger. Make me stronger, I should say. It's gonna be a challenge, but you know what? I know I can do it. You know why? Because I'm the resident freaking rock star. This tournament is basically built for me, because not only am I in the Sportswire Hall of Fame, not only am I a resident rock star, and not only am I your favorite resident rock star, Tom.
You are.
Yeah.
I always enjoy when we did the Bon Jovi skit. I think it was one show we did, and I rattled off all the Bon Jovi albums. Even you said, you were like, wow, you really knew all those albums. I was like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't even have to rehearse them. Those albums I knew. It was like, I actually knew like all we listed them all off. I think I did it like in a verse. I mentioned like Keep the Faith. I mentioned Crossroads. I mentioned These Days, Slippery When Wet. I think, what was it? Bon Jovi self-titled. Was it 3,200 degrees Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
It was Have a Nice Day.
You got me beat. You got my fandom beat, man.
Then there was the one. What was it? 100 million fans can't be wrong. I mean, listen. We had, what was it? There was the live 85 to 01. Listen, there you go. I think I mentioned almost like.
I'm starting to think we're brothers, Tom, because you could be a prodigal son of John Bon Jovi too.
Well, the funny thing was, before I bring on somebody that wants to say hello to you, I'm pretty sure I was actually conceived at a Bon Jovi concert, literally.
Oh man!
Not at really a show, but in terms of my parents, I think thought about planting the seeds on me after watching a Bon Jovi show. I'm pretty certain. I mean, can't you tell? Obviously, can't you
Yeah,
tell?
I can tell.
But
You look like the makings of a perfect Bon Jovi concert, baby.
uh,
I don't know what
but
that entails, but
I
it
do
sounded
have
weird.
somebody that wants to say hello to you, but thank you, Shawn, for giving me a big bit of motivation. Good luck, Bucko. Now, Mr. Crenson talked a lot about on the show Thursday in his Hall of Fame ceremony that, he was coming for gold, multiple golds, and he mentioned your championship right there. Did you hear that part on Thursday? Because he talked about your championship he was coming for.
He can come for as many titles as he wants. Doesn't mean he's going to get it.
You're not concerned that there's now more of a bullseye on your back now? When you think about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, right? You were the guy that was chasing everybody. Now you're the guy that everybody wants to be. You're the guy that everybody wants to be. You're the guy that everybody says, you know what, Shawn Jovi, he's on my radar. I want to go up against him. I mean, you just defeated Ox McCoy. You defeated Craven Rage, your longtime nemesis. You finally won the battle with James Marshall. I mean, we can go up and down the list of people. Darkfire, I mean,
yes.
I even bring him up. I mean, the facts are is that, you're the man right now. You're the man.
Number one.
You are certainly number one, but there is somebody that would like to congratulate you, like to say hello. For those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio, would it be kind or okay if I brought this individual on, since it is his show, that he could maybe say congratulations to you? Would it be okay if he could come on?
Yeah, bring him. I know exactly who you're talking about. It's his show after all.
Well, that's the clue, because those that are listening and watching on Sportswire Radio,
there he
is a member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. He wanted to give his congratulations, and that is none other than the boogeyman of the Midwest, the hardcore god, the man that Jimmy Controversy, the man that Mikey Anarchy, the man that Hardcore, the man that Obey, Mac 10, all of them fear, and especially Damian Saint, Mr. Omen Black. My friend, how are you? Yeah, certainly, I was hyping you up a little bit there. I was giving you a little bit of hype up there. I hope you enjoyed it.
I appreciate it. Just you brought up Damian Saint, which really
there's a lot. I know you want it. You have payback there. I mean, we all watched what happened there. He acted unfairly there. He was. He cheated a little. He was cheap. With those cheap hits, he attacked you the way he did.
I know very uncalled for.
That was
that
was unprofessional. I mean, at least he could have did the Craven Rage thing and just not wanted to be in the ring with you. That wasn't nice.
At least I had class when I jumped to his show. I waited till after the show. He had to literally wait after my match. That's not class at all.
That sounds like somebody that knows mano a mano in a fair fight, eye to eye. He knows he's not got the numbers game. He can't win. That's not fair.
See, I don't even know what my match is yet at King of the Center. All I know is I'm facing Damian Saint in the main event.
Well, I'm sure we're going to get a chance to talk about it because I'm endorsing the event and I'm going to be buying a ticket to the event. So hopefully somebody out there would like to go on my behalf.
Is Damian Saint going to be on the show?
It's your show, Omen. Do you want him to be? Remember, it's your show. It's not my show. It's your show.
I know I have a lot of security on this. It gets airtight to get in the show. For some reason, Silverwolf's allowed on here, but it's just me. But
well, I gotta say, I want to get to somebody that wants to say specifically hello to the resident rock star. Do you do like everybody's podcast? Because I saw you on Silverwolf's podcast. I saw you on.
I just get tired of these guys talking about me, Jovi, Soldier, and the rest of my brothers in the foundation. I guess you can just call me my brother's keeper. I'm tired of everyone talking.
He's the guard dog.
I just thought you might be exclusive to Sportswire because in Sportswire we certainly have a level of professionalism. That's all. I just would have thought that you would have had a little bit more exclusive.
I'm not exclusive to anywhere. Tom. I'm a free bird. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a peacock. You got me fly.
Well, you know what? I mean, Peacock's going to be losing the WWE Network soon. Maybe they can just have Omen on Peacock instead starting January 2025. But hold on to that thought. I want to bring up somebody special that wants to say hello to you, the resident rock star. And you might know this. He's famous. Yes.
Yep.
You want to say anything important to Tamara and why we're here? Because now that she's tuned in, before I come back to Omen, it's his show. But anything you want to say to her that you think that the audience would like to know?
Tam, you've been a big supporter in all of this. I couldn't have done it without you and all your motivation and encouragement. It's done a lot for me this past year. And it's going to be what's going to fuel the fire for 2024. It's just going to keep going. And it's all because you helped me out when I needed it. And I'm going to keep working out and stuff. My leg's feeling better. I'm not limping around like I was a few weeks ago after my match with Ox McCoy. So I'll be back on those probably Monday.
Jeez, we're still talking about that guy?
Well, I mean, we have somebody special here that's really helped Mr. Jovi. But, Shawn, can I say hello and bring up somebody else to the screen that's very important to you that would like to say something? Would it be okay if I could bring up this comment?
Yeah, sure.
Nice for the hype, but know who this person is?
Oh, that's my daddy. That's my dad.
Well, Mr. Jovi, since we're going to keep it Mr. Jovi, we want to thank your son, and I want you to see this here on behalf of your son, because your son is a Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. He was also our Superstar of the Year, and also we gave this to him.
You can see the camera.
Thank you, Shawn Jovi. So we just want you to know that your son is a very special individual, and we're all proud of him. And he's the final member of our third class in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. So, Mr. Jovi, I hope that you would be proud of your son as much as we are proud of him here on Sportswire Radio. Anything you want to say to your dad before I bring up
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad, for your continuous support and for putting up with me and my dreams. My big dreams.
Well, your dreams came to reality because you're in a Hall of Fame with a guy on Monday that played in the NCAA Final Four. So not bad. And another guy in the Hall of Fame who defeated some guy, Brian Danielson and Jushin Thunder Liger. Not too bad, right? Not too bad.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Company, right?
Yeah, pretty good accomplishments there.
And you're in the Hall of Fame with Omen too, because it's his show, right? Not two other bad company, right?
That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
You know what? I always make sure I recognize everybody. Listen, you go on anybody else's podcast, anybody else's show, they don't do that. On Sportswire, we do make sure we go the extra mile. I guarantee you nobody else.
Sportswire's home. Sportswire's home.
I always say that to everybody. Bobby says you dropped your pocket.
Damn it, Darkfire.
You dropped your pocket? I hope you didn't drop it.
It's one of those like,
I see.
Yeah. That thing he does.
Your dad wants to say, go kick some ass.
Well put,
this
guy.
Now, do you like this guy, Owen? Because he's actually coming on here 3 weeks from now in Shawn Jovi's chair. You've heard of this guy?
Yeah, get that comment out of here.
His name is the Big Bad Silver Wolf, and apparently
I liked my dad's comment better.
Well, a lot of people probably would, but he's going to be here on Sportswire Radio in 3 weeks, and he's requested the floor. And you know what? We're going to give him a chance because you know what? I'll still say he'll do better than some guys like Joshua Snow did on here, or
I'll be sick that day, so
you'll be sick. Okay, no problem. I'm sure we can.
Planning on it.
I'm sure we'll see like C2K here. I'm sure we'll see.
God.
Well, I love C2K. He supports us. I don't want to, make it
having C2K, Gunshot, Silver Wolf, Tyler R.
Gunshot I haven't had on Gunshot since. Gunshot I haven't had on since. But
it's like having the Munsters on.
What's funny is as a kid, I did remember watching the Munsters before New York Mets baseball games. Shawn, I'm so thrilled and so honored to be helping you on this journey.
Yeah, of course. I'm Ava.
You want to say anything else to that?
Thank you. It like I said, it means the world to me that Tam and everybody is just hiding me and helping me on this whole journey here.
And if I could, I want to wish her boyfriend a happy belated birthday. It was her boyfriend's birthday. So
Brandon's birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday! Hope you had a wonderful day, and I hope that you guys got to celebrate. And hopefully, you didn't have too much chocolate cake, and you get to celebrate the rest of the day. And thank you for tuning in with us. And I guess I should ask both of you guys. Well, I have you here. So we got this big show coming up on the 17th. And obviously going to see, I would think, both of you guys here in less than 2 weeks from now, because we're obviously endorsing the show. And, anything you guys want to say in the remaining time that we have throughout the evening before we obviously let Shawn Jovi celebrate the greatest day of his life. But anything else you guys want to talk about or say?
I'll let Hall of Famer go first.
Well, like I said, provided that the tournament goes in my name and my name is in it, we'll be putting this on the line the whole way through.
Are you all right with that, Omen, as a fellow foundation member, that Mr. Jovi would be putting up in his name?
I love it. I love that he's a fighting champion. That's the foundation way.
That is. Fight until you can't fight no more.
But
and even then, keep fighting.
You wouldn't be concerned, Nicholas Crenson could be out there, Craven Rage.
Craven Rage is in the back of the line where he belongs and will stay for good. As long as I have anything
you know what? I'm tired of hearing this name, Craven Rage. He's gone after everyone in the foundation besides the one person who has been calling him out forever.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think we still talk about this to this day? For over a year now, we've been talking about this. Craven Rage says he wants everybody. It's a new and improved Craven Rage. He's the backyard nightmare, and yet I don't really see anything that would change to why it's going to be different. I
kind of find it insulting.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like I'm not worthy. But then looking back on it, let's see who he's faced. Before he's faced the foundation, he's faced guys like
Remington Striker,
Remington Striker, even
Killer
James
Rabbit,
Marshall, Killer Rabbit,
Prince Charles, Adonis Velios, the Drip King. Was Tyler Arkin there? There was another guy with three initials who was the original ADT called JDT. In fact, he ran him out of town. He did so poorly in He even did so poorly in WC JDT that I heard he couldn't even hang with the guys.
That's the thing. That's karma. That's what you call instant karma. He ran someone else out, and guess what? I ran his ass out of wrestling.
Well, that's who he's beating.
My point is, before he started facing foundation members, he was wasting his time on trash. Legit garbage, bottom dwelling, bottom feeding garbage. Since he got a little taste of facing foundation, look what happened. First, he faced Jovi, lost. Faced Soldier GP, lost. Who's next? Who's he going to face? Dirty Donnie?
Everyone but you, apparently.
Forsaken? I dare him to step in the ring with Levi McDaniel.
I thought Darkron's wanted him for a while. Darkron's mentioned him before in the past. Darkron's wanted Craven. I think he mentioned that here like 8 months ago. Darkron's going to be here Tuesday night. They met Forsaken and Kron have mentioned that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, listen, Craven Rage at this point, I don't even know why we're talking about him.
This is my night. Back in the line, Craven.
I used to think that I'm not worthy to face Craven. I used to think
you know what? I don't want to talk about him. I want you to face Jimmy Controversy. That's who I want you to
I got a whole thing going on right now. But the thing is, I think that he knows that he's not worthy to step in the ring with me. I mean, why would you? Why would Damian Saint want to do it twice? Why would Matthew Forsaken want to do it twice? Hell, why would WC All-Out Champion want to step in the ring with me? Yeah, you see how that really went for him. And Nicholas Crenson, that dude was digging thumbtacks out of his ass crack for days.
Yeah.
He likes light tubes, apparently. He eats them for lunch, breakfast, and dinner. But hey, who's counting?
Mike the Anarchy?
Well, that's who we want to. I think the world is tired of this Craven Rage talk. This guy, Craven Rage, who you mentioned, the guy he's beat Paper Tigers. He's beat guys that really, to be honest,
if he came on the show right now, so I want to match with Omen Black. At my point in my career, I say, nah.
I don't want to see you anymore with Craven. I told you before I bring up Tamara again, and before we get to a few other things and let Shawn Jovi celebrate this glorious day of his. I mean, the facts are is that Craven Rage, he's past the rear view mirror. It's an expiration date with that. We need to see you with the big boys. We want to see you with the true competition, the people that are really just like you in your league, the big leaguers that you are, like Mikey Anarchy, like Hardcore, like Mac 10, like Jimmy freaking Controversy. That's who we want to see you face off with, not some guy that struggled to beat a Killer Rabbit and struggled to beat Skulls and C2K wanted a match with, and Prince Charles, he struggled to beat him. Adonis Fells. This is like when Mike Tyson was the heavyweight champion in boxing. Who did he really beat? I couldn't tell you anybody he beat, but when he started fighting guys in his class like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, he was basically made to be seen a phone.
I don't like the fact that you just compared Craven Rage to Mike Tyson.
And his opponents, the people that Mike Tyson beat, when you look back in history, who they really beat was any good? Who did Craven Rage beat that was any good? Other than Nicholas Crenson? All right.
I'll give him this. God, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Remington Striker was his best foe.
That's you, and you have to think about it. The time has come that you're the big leagues, Omen. You're the hardcore god. You're the boogeyman of the Midwest. We want to see you go with the big boys here. We want to see the big boys here. Tyler Ark, you're not ready for Omen Black. You need to go figure out.
What does Little Weasel say?
He said he's ready for you. No, I'm going to handle it.
He's not ready.
Timeout. I'm going to handle it because you're in the big leagues now. We're in Sportswire Radio. This isn't, Mickey
Tyler,
Mouse.
if you really think you are ready for me,
then
you are stupid.
I'm going to handle this. Let me speak because it's on my platform, and I'm going to say hello to you, Tamara, in a second. Tyler Ark, I think that you certainly have improved, but you need to figure out trying to beat the likes of Skulls and Loose Cannon and Buckwheat and Mickey Mouse and Goofy, and you need to figure out to beat those people. This guy, Omen Black, he'll eat you for lunch, breakfast, and dinner on top of that. This is a guy, Omen Black, who's the big leagues. You're right now playing in Little League right now. You don't go from Little Leagues to the big.
He's playing T-ball, not Little League.
You go from the Little Leagues,
Little sluggers,
to high school, to university, to minors, to the big leagues. You got a lot of until then. You may never get there, but the facts are is you don't want any of this. You want to go out there and face other competition more suitable for you. It's almost like to drive a car. You're on the Fisher-Price training wheels right now. Stay on the training wheels. Don't go to the Volkswagen. I'm going to do you a favor. Don't go on the Volkswagen. You got time, right? Learn on that Fisher-Price training wheel. Learn on it. Drive it, right? And then if maybe do that for a little while. Graduate to a kid scooter. Then you learn that for a little bit, right? And then maybe you get to a moped. You go on the moped, right? The moped will help you get around. Maybe you can do some Uber, DoorDash with that. And then just at that point, maybe if you learn how to do the moped, then maybe you get in the car and drive. That's when you go and worry about Omen Black. You got like 25 years until then. By that time, Omen will be retired. He'll probably have been in GCW. He'll have been in GTS. He'll have been in XPW. He'll have been in Pro Wrestling Venom. He'll have conquered all of those companies. And by that point, maybe you'll be ready by then. But the point is, Tyler Ark, you need to focus. Like I said, Goofy's a good opponent for you. Maybe Donald Duck. Maybe Mickey Mouse. Maybe you want to face off some of the competitors in Barbie. Who was that guy that kind of dressed up in different characters on Barbie? Those are the people you could beat. Right now, Omen Black, you need to figure out somebody else to square off. Unless you have a toy figure. If there's an Omen Black toy figure, because there's a Skulls toy figure, that could
I still want to know where I get my figure. I want a figure of me.
Well, you know what? The Tribal Cheese can help you with that because he actually gets the figures made. But Tyler Ark, we love having you on Sportswire, but I'm giving you friendly advice. Take it from me, the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters, the man that actually interviews the big leaguers. The big leaguers like Dean Allmark, who's defeated Bryan Danielson, Jushin Thunder Liger, Jimmy Controversy, who, by the way, messaged me today, Omen. He definitely gives his regards. Mr. Controversy had messaged me today. He knows who you are. He obviously would maybe want to see you down the road. Just want to let you know that. Big leaguers come onto Sportswire. You're in the big leagues, Tyler. It's almost like that Simpsons episode when Homer was playing for the Isotopes, and then he saw Ken Griffey Jr., all the Major League Baseball All-Stars. Now you're in the big leagues, Tyler. And you're in the big leagues. It's a little bit of a different atmosphere. So I'm just giving you
a whole new world.
Yeah, you're in Omen Show, but you're in the big leagues here, Sportswire. We're going to have a guy in the Final Four before in the Hall of Fame on Monday. So I'm giving you some friendly advice. Friendly advice is wait like 25 years, then face Omen. That's my
advice.
Tom
just dropped a big fat stinky onion. That thing had layers.
I'm trying to help him.
It's all ogre. I think it's all ogre now.
We're trying to help. This is not like when we dropped the bombs on the pervert Rob Bagwell or the guy who put snow dust up his butt, Joshua Snow. This was actually friendly advice to Tyler Rock because we like Tyler. We appreciate him. We'll bring him on sports. But I'm giving him friendly advice, almost like somebody puts their hand around somebody, basically their back, and says, this is kind of how you do things. This is like from somebody in the big leagues talking to a little leaguer. I'm just trying to give him that helpful advice from a big leaguer to the little leaguer. This is Sonny. This is how you do things. This is how you go about things. This is what you want to do. This is what you don't want to do. You don't want to go up against Omen. You might want to go up against Goofy. You might want to go up against the Silver Wolf. You might want to go up against Adonis.
He could take on Craven Rage and Remington Striker and Atomic Titan. Those guys.
Maybe Zero Deus. Zero Deus is out there, right? Maybe Zero Deus is out there.
Did he get fired?
I have no idea what happened to Zero.
Listen, there's Zero Deus out there. How about Jay Stereo? Listen, Tyler Ark, I think you'd have a great match with Jay Stereo, right? Because maybe Jay Stereo can't book himself to win that match, so maybe that'd be a match you could win. I mean, that would be just insane. That'd be a good one for you, right? Because I think you could go over on Jay Stereo, because I'm pretty sure Jay Stereo can't wrestle two names at once, so that'd be a good one for you. Jay Stereo, that's the guy you beat. Go up against feud with Jay Stereo. Maybe Jay Stereo, Prince Charles, maybe breaking news, Tyler Ark. Listen, breaking news. You don't want to wrestle with Omen Black. I'm just saying. Maybe Dash Andrews, did he leave WC? That'd be another great opponent for him. Just saying.
Man, I need to hire Tom as my manager.
Maybe Dash, you know what? Maybe you go up against Dash because, maybe Dash can figure out, to have a tag team partner with him that could actually work the match and maybe not try to hurt his opponent, maybe not want to take a bump because, hello, you're in the wrestling business. You actually have to go out there and actually help your opponent or, actually have to make them look good because you're actually in their place. So maybe that would be some good opponents for you. Just saying, though. But this is friendly advice. This is not, this is obviously a special moment, but I'm just giving you some friendly advice here. So let me give
Tom,
some more.
I need to hire you as my manager to walk out to the ring with me. Be my Paul Heyman.
Yeah, really.
Listen, listen, Omen, you're on my show, but certainly, obviously, we are certainly a Hall of Famer. You are certainly, in a way, my client, and certainly, what's best for my client and what's best for business for this platform
you're my
is
wife,
to not
man.
have you is not to waste your time on people like Craven Rage, who certainly hasn't really won a match of any note since, I don't know, maybe Hornswoggle was training. Maybe that was a training match they had, and Hornswoggle said, okay, I'm going to let you win. I'll let the ref count to 3, and that could be your first win as a trainer. That'd be a good way for you to get out there in the ring. But you want to go out there and wrestle the people that really come on here, the big leaguers. We want to see you against the Tribal Cheese. We want to see you against Mikey Anarchy. We want to see you against, I don't know, even Jimmy Controversy. Hardcore, I hear, might be out there. Mac 10, I hear Tennessee. I hear there's a company out there called Resurrection Wrestling. Spoiler alert. They know who you are, by the way. And, we want to see you go up against those people. We don't want to see almost like, how can I put it? It would be like the United States Army versus like a high school basketball team.
So basically you're saying I'm the Harlem Globetrotters facing whatever team they face.
Well, when it comes to people like Tyler Ark, certainly, or Jay Stereo, or those types of opponents, it would be kind of like the Harlem Globetrotters versus, I don't know, let's say maybe like the 2024 Detroit Pistons right now, who are 6-42. I mean, I think that's a pretty fair comparison for those that are NBA fans. The Detroit Pistons, 6-42. Omen Black, pretty much is undefeated right now, doesn't lose really to anybody. We want to.
Let me ask you this, Tom, because
you ask me anything you want, because people now are tuned in. People are fired up.
You can help out too. See, I got called by WC management.
Yeah.
They're like, hey,
do they exist, by the way? Do they exist still?
Oh yeah, they exist.
Okay. They exist.
They called me and asked me, hey, do you want to come wrestle for a show in the next couple of months? I'm like, sure, why not? I got some free time, Then they're like, who do you want to face? I'm like, oh. I don't know how to answer that, so I just hung up on them.
I got the answer for you. You know what? I got a great answer for you. Management called you to have a match. So this is what we do. We're gonna make it really fun, right? Remember when Yokozuna used to wrestle like 2 guys, 3 guys at once, and he just give them the bonsai drop on all of them? Let's put you up with Tyler Ark, Jay Stereo, and let's see if Zero Deus gets rehired.
Let's say if you said Silver Wolf,
We'll put those
Oh,
three
don't
guys.
get 'em started.
We'll put Jay Stereo because Jay Stereo could do that dance. He could do that dance and getting jiggy with it because he knows obviously anything else it ain't gonna go over with. So let's put Jay Stereo. Let's put Zero Deus. We'll hire him back. Maybe he could certainly at least do some mouthpiece work for them. And we'll put Tyler Rock. We'll do 3-on-1. And we'll see if they can last more than 5 minutes. If they last more than 5 minutes, maybe they get a free title shot in WCE. How about that? I'll actually.
you know what? If they last more than 5 minutes, I'll give them a title shot.
You know what? I'll even go further. If they go more than 5 minutes, if it's Jay Stereo, if it's Zero Deus and Tyler, I'll bring all three of them on Sportswire. If you can last 5 minutes, more than 5 minutes, we'll put them on Sportswire. We'll see how long they last. You can see Jay Stereo doing that dance and Tyler Rock saying, "I'm the man on matchness. I'm the man on matches." And Zero Deus can do the Danhausen gimmick. I mean,
I don't even think he knows what that means.
They might be listen. People might be entertained. Listen, people might actually want to tune into it. People like car crashes. People like
it can be sports entertained.
I don't think
there's a lot
Tyler
of people.
knows
There's a lot of people right now who are entertained. So let me try to come back to them here. And by the way, Tyler Rock, we do like you. By the way, Tyler, we want to say we like you, and we actually like Zero and Jay Zero. This was not a shoot on them necessarily, but only good Craven is Craven the Hunter from the Spider-Man comics. Yeah, Craven Rage is definitely no nightmare. Thank you, and I thank you, Tamara, for tuning in. I would have to agree, and I think she's entertained. So you know what, Tamara?
Yeah.
If you like us on Sportswire, give us a sub. We're on Sportswire Radio 6579, and you'll see me drop bombs more like this. He says the Fisher Price training wheels. Yeah, because you know what? I remember as a little kid.
You guys thought this was bad. You guys should have saw New Year's Eve when he went off.
Well, I went off yesterday. Actually, by the way, I actually went off yesterday with Brad Coleman. It was, but that was people missed that. Well, actually, no, a lot of people tuned into that one, but that was in the other country. But yes, the Fisher Price training wheels. Yes, that was a good one. He says, "Okay, I'm very deep." Yeah, I mean, I just try to be straight up. He really is. Thank you, and I want to give a big shout out to Levi McDaniel.
Yeah,
follow him on YouTube. He's got get over 1,100 YouTube subscribers. And he's got on his page over 250,000 views. You gotta go subscribe to his YouTube page. He's awesome. He's a great. He plays video games. He's got his wrestling career on there. Go and follow him on YouTube. I promise you that we love Jovi's. We're gonna plug Jovi's in a minute, but go and plug him. Go follow him. Let's go. Who's Noob Sauce?
That's Brandon.
Oh, how you doing, Brandon? Brandon, happy birthday, Brandon. Brandon, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Brandon, happy birthday to you. I hope you had a great day, Brandon. Thank you for your support. I thank you for lending and motivating Shawn Jovi to being where he is right now. He is actually, if you want to see it, Brandon, he is in our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. He is also our 2023 Superstar of the Year. We also thanked him. And if you want to follow Shawn Jovi, but I know you're following him anyway, I actually got to put it right back on the screen because that's where you can check it out. And also buy his merchandise because I'm going to buy a shirt from him for his birthday to support this man and support his cause. And conversely, I hope if you're out there for the first time, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're here, just hit that sub button. That's Sportswire Radio 6579. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, but you probably don't want to hear my name anymore. But thanks, man. Yep, you got it. But okay, so obviously I think that there isn't too much more else to say. So let's go to get some closing thoughts here. Because
let me ask you one thing, Tom.
All right, ask me 100 things. It's your show, Omen.
With the upcoming event, I want to hear your predictions on the tournament.
Well, am I able to? Mr. Jovi was telling us that he didn't know who he's wrestling.
Just I mean, we dropped it the other day. Apparently, management did.
Jovi was telling me to basically have selective amnesia. I mean, I'm aware of these matches, but Mr. Jovi was basically telling me to have selective amnesia. So, I mean, if you're asking me,
from what I recall from the other night with Crenson
and Mephisto,
and then Craven versus Stone.
And we had, I think, Prince of Chia versus Prince of Chia, and it was Crenson and Mephisto. It was Craven Rage and Joe Stone.
King Josiah or somewhere in there.
King Josiah and Prince of Chia. Mr. Jovi, I don't know if I want to bring up your situation. Maybe I should leave that out because obviously you kind of like the kid at Christmas. So you believe in Christmas, right? You believe in Santa Claus, Shawn Jovi?
I believe in Christmas, not so much Santa.
Okay, but you like getting gifts, right?
I'll
Yeah, I
leave this
love
out.
gifts.
Let's
I
leave
love
this out
gifts.
of it.
All right, let's leave yours out. So you know what? Because I'm going to have you here anyway in 13 days from now. So you'll find out then. You'll do a Jovi's vlog. It'll be Jovi's vlog, Jovi's vlog. And you'll do it then. And you'll obviously, I'm sure you'll use a funny quote of mine on Sportswire, and we'll talk about it then. But on those 3 matches, so you want my predictions? You ready?
Yeah, I want your prediction.
Ready.
I got Nicholas Crenson over Mephisto. I got Joe Stone over Craven Rage. And I got Prince Achia over King Josiah.
See, mine's similar, close, but I got Mephisto over Crenson. I got Stone over Craven. And damn sure I got Prince Achia over King Josiah.
I want to be very respectful when I talk about King Josiah's ring ability, because I realize he's from Ransack Wrestling, another interesting company, kind of like Ransack Wrestling. Yeah, we're supposed to.
Never heard of it.
Well, I want to be very diplomatic on that. I want to be diplomatic on that, but I certainly think Joe Stone, who, by the way, Joe Stone, I hear from a birdie he's having a birthday on February the 16th, and I hear from a birdie that Joe Stone might be coming on Sportswire Radio about something. And further on that, Joe Stone is the DKW World Heavyweight Champion. Everybody talks about Dark Crown and Matthew Forsaken, and Joe Stone's the DKW World Champion.
I was kind of slept on, ain't he?
Yeah, he slept on. He's going to be motivated because Craven Rage is like, well, Cooper Dragon gave me 7 stars, and I'm the greatest, and I'm the Backyard Nightmare. It's the new Craven Rage, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be coming for you, and yeah, I'm going to be doing it. But
you sounded just like him. I think you may be Craven Rage under that mask.
I told you, it's Craven. It's Craven Rage here, and I'm coming for you. I'm telling you, I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. I'm coming for you. I'm the WCA champion. I'm the Backyard Nightmare. 500 days. I'm telling you.
See, this is why I'm soft-spoken, because I don't feel like burying myself with my words.
If I close my eyes, that's Craven Rage.
I'm the greatest. I'm telling you. I'm the greatest. Nicholas Crenson, you keep talking and you talk a big game, but I'm Craven Rage. I'm the greatest. I'm the ruler of the yard, and I'm calling a Sportswire. And I promise you, I'm going to show everybody why I'm 500 days the champion.
And he's in the back of the line. He's in the back of the line now.
Well, in his mind, he still is the champion. Remember, Craven's mind, he still is the champion.
Craven doesn't know what it's like to not be a champion.
As for the other one, I think Crenson beats Mephisto. I'm going to tell you why Crenson beats Mephisto. Because Crenson talked about the fact he wants gold and he wants multiple belts. He talked about multiple belts. So that
but has he ever carried multiple belts, though?
Well, he hasn't really won matches, many of them in a row, but he said to us that King of the Center is the start of a different year for him. That's what he claims.
Mephisto, I've been in the ring with Mephisto a couple times.
Mephisto's worked his way up. I can't say
he's nothing to sleep on.
He's no loose cannon. He's no loose cannon.
Who?
They say he's a big name. He's a big deal. They say he's a big deal. They call him a loose cannon. They call him
who do you predict winning, though? That's what I wanted to hear. That's when if you had to pick one guy.
If I had one guy to win, you really, who I think's, and Shawn, Jovi, I don't know who your match is yet, so I have to say it with an asterisk right now. You know who I think wins the King of the Center? Joe Stone. You know why I think that?
Shawn.
Joe Stone with this? No thanks.
But I'm going to tell you, well, we don't know who your match is, first of all, so I have to say with an asterisk. I don't know who you're wrestling. So if I know who you're wrestling, then I can change it, say Shawn Jovi wins, and go, yeah. But until then, I don't know who you're wrestling. So to be fair, I don't know who your opponent is yet. You could have Skulls for all I know. Maybe you have Skulls with him. Then I change my...
No.
Maybe Shawn, he's got G2K.
I got you all the way, buddy. Foundation, you know what it is, my man.
But wait. You're not impressed with Joe Stone in those suits? Those presidential suits?
He's no foundation.
But he's got the glasses.
The foundation's taken.
You don't like when he comes on Sportswire with his suit and glasses?
You could put on a suit on a turd. It'd still be a piece of shit.
Aren't the Blues Brothers from Ohio? Weren't they? Aren't that's where DKW is from? Right? Aren't the Blues Brothers from? I feel like Joe Stone's like a grandson of the Blues Brothers.
I got better shades.
My-
Let's be fair.
You guys
You know
are
I
good.
got foundation shades.
My biggest thing for that whole show is even Foundation being like Brothers of Dark Kron. I don't even know who his mystery partner is.
I got actually one other match I really wanna talk about here is both of you guys. A man I actually know very well going up against your brother, Soldier GP. There's this guy from Indiana. Now, Omen, you shared a locker room with him. You know who I'm talking about.
I very well know who you're talking about.
Now, he's a man that in a way is kind of, if I break the fourth wall, somewhat controversial in the land of Indiana, in the land of XCW Shelbyville. His name is Tommy the Man Merriman, and he's going to be wrestling Soldier GP. And I promise you, he's going to be no King Josiah. I certainly promise you, he's going to be no Craven Rage. And with all due respect to 80 Ultra, Tommy the Man Merriman is somebody that's going to give Soldier GP a true run for his money. And that's the match I'm extremely excited about, and the most excited I've been to talk about a title match for Soldier GP yet. I can't wait for that. And you gentlemen, I know are rooting for Soldier, but Tommy the Man Merriman, I mean, he almost looks like Brock Lesnar Jr. And oh, by the way,
I'll give him this. Tommy the Man Merriman is something to sleep on. He's a true competitor.
He's been a world heavyweight champion in XCW. He has been the top draw there. I mean, what's that?
But can he beat Soldier GP? That's the main question. Can he? Me personally, I don't think so. I've been in the ring with Soldier many times.
Tommy the Man Merriman's beat some really impressive opponents, and he's been in there with some of the greatest to ever compete in XCW. I mean, it's going to be a dream match. I'll tell you what.
I've beaten Soldier, but I had tricks up my sleeves.
Yes, you did. You had the House of Wolves, no question. You had friends, you had help. But Tommy the Man Merriman, look at those muscles. Look at those tattoos. And, you know, he's in a foul mood right now because he just lost a renowned pro wrestling star from Newcastle, England, by the way. One of my friends in the other country that I'm from also, and Mr. Richard Regal, pro wrestling star Richard Regal, just beat Tommy the Man Merriman, and he's in a foul mood right now. And he very well could take that out in Iowa. I mean, Tommy the Man Merriman, he's dealing with Aaron Blaze right now, and he's dealing with a loss to Richard Regal. I mean, Tommy the Man Merriman is in a mood like I've never seen him before. I know Tommy the Man Merriman. I know this man very well. Justin Parsley's known him for years. Chris Jones has known him for years. I mean, Jackson Law. He's went after his family. He knows Tommy the Man Merriman and how to push his buttons. This is going to be a dream match. You know what? If I was out there and if I was in Iowa and I'm buying a ticket, if you're out there in Iowa, you need to go tell your friends, you need to tell your family, you need to tell your neighbors that you need to go out there and go see the King of the Center tournament because the doors open only at 5 o'clock. The show's time starts at 6 o'clock, and it's only $10. You have no excuse. You have no excuse. You know what? If you're out there and you're saying, I'm going to take my family to the movies, I'm going to take my family to a sporting event, ice skating, forget all of that. You can have the time of your life and see dream matches. Omen Black and the Sieve, Damian Saint. You've got Tommy the Man Merriman, a man I know in Soldier GP, the King of the Center tournament. Shawn Jovi, the resident rock star, Sportswire's rock star, is going to be there. You're going to have Joe Stone, the DKW world champion. Nicholas Crenton, Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, is going to be there. You're going to see the Tag Team Championship's going to be defended. You're going to see the U.S. champion, Mephisto. You're going to see Prince Achia. You're even going to see some guy named Craven Rage and many, many other stars. And you need to be there because you're going to see wrestling stars from Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, and also Indiana and BYOB. You can't get anything. Yes, sir.
No,
because I can go on for 20 more minutes.
I want to give off a little spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
And Shawn, you already know this. At King of the Center, for everyone that knows they think they know who the Foundation is, let's just say at King of the Center, you're going to see the newest addition to the Foundation debut in IMF.
Ooh.
And are we sure it's not Tyler Rock?
No. I can guarantee you it's not Tyler Ark, Skulls, Loose Cannon, Zero, Prince Charles, anyone from WCE.
Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news. No, we love Prince Charles. Prince Charles, we love you. But breaking news, you're not going to be in the foundation. But
Yeah, sorry, bud.
If you want to find out, though, on how you can buy a ticket, you can do it a couple of different ways because we actually put the links up here. I'm going to plug everybody here in a few minutes before we get to closing thoughts here. You can actually follow the IMF, first of all, on Facebook. This is how you can get information and buy a ticket. Iowa Midwest Federation Wrestling. Very simple. Iowa Midwest Federation Wrestling. Like, DM, get your ticket. Instagram, IMF_wrestling. YouTube, IMF Wrestling 666. This will be February the 17th in Omen Black's hometown. $10. Like I said, only $10 to see maybe the best wrestling show the Midwest has yet to offer. You're going to see stars from all over the place. Shawn Jovi, our superstar of the year. Omen Black, it's his show. He's the IMF Hardcore Champion. Damian Saint's going to be there. You're going to see Tommy the Man Merriman. You're going to see Soldier GP, also in the Hall of Fame. He's the world champion. Nicholas Crenton, also in the Hall of Fame, is going to be there. You're going to see Mephisto. Mephisto's very popular right now. Mephisto, he's really a guy a lot of people love. He's got that Randy. He's kind of like the new Randy Savage. Yeah, Mephisto. Oh, yeah, it's Mephisto. Yeah. Dave Steinman. You cannot sleep on them. You're going to have a slew of episodes. Levi McDaniel's going to be in the house. You got to listen, give love to Levi McDaniel. You're going to see Dirty Donnie's going to be there. You're going to see Foundation members. You're going to see people from all over the place. DKW champion Joe Stone. You're going to see Darkron there. You're going to see Matthew Forsaken. We're all Forsaken. You got to go out there and support this cause. I promise you, I'm endorsing the show. One lucky person. You'll go for me to go, but if you're out there in Iowa, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. You got to go out there because you have no excuse. This is going to start President's Weekend. So if you're out from school, you got off from school for a week in the public school system. You have no choice. You don't have to be in school for like 8 days. You have movie season's a dud right now. Sports is going to be a dud because football's over next weekend. You have no excuses. You need to go out there and support the IMF. This is in a 400-seat venue. These guys put the work in. These guys are putting pro wrestling out there like it's never been done before. Go out there and support them. That's all I want to say. And also, thank you, Brandon, for subscribing. Levi wants to say, take into consideration, Tom, I'm special guest refereeing the finals of the tournament. Can I be persuaded by bribery or will I call it down the middle? Who will prevail? That's a good question. That's a good question. But in the meantime, subscribe to his YouTube channel because he's got over 250,000 views. And I'm telling you, for a reason. Don't sell Mephisto short, Tom, because honestly, I've seen him wrestle multiple times, and honestly, I have. Wait. Before we get to final thoughts, you're wrestling him. Shouldn't you be telling us, Nicholas Crenton, why you're going to beat him?
He doesn't get the hint. At least he's being honest, though.
Honesty's
I like Nicholas Crenton. And thank you, Tamara, for subbing it. And I will sub. If you have a YouTube channel, hit me up and I'll sub you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. This is make my day. Congratulations, Jovi. You earned all this, brother. See you down the road, the King's Road, one of these days. Before I say final thoughts, Shawn Jovi, Omen Black, I want to actually do this for you, Shawn, because I still have a voice, and your birthday is on Monday. So happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shawn Jovi. Happy birthday, the resident rock star. Shawn Jovi, happy birthday to you, my friend. And
Thank you.
I wish I had a cake for you, but certainly I think I did enough for you already for the day.
Yeah, man.
But definitely, I think it's going to be the best birthday yet. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Many birthdays ahead. And let's give everybody closing thoughts. Omen, I'm giving you the floor. Anything else you want to plug, share, say it's your show? And do you want to say a little to Justin Parsley at least? Because, Justin was out there and, he wants to. Anything
no, I'm good.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
You know what? I don't make it all about myself or IMF, but please come out to King of the Center February 17th. It's going to be a hell of a show. You're going to see yours truly in the main event defending my hardcore title against Damian Saint. That heretic piece of shit. But, Jovi, I want to say this to you, brother. Congratulations on being Superstar of the Year and being in the Hall of Fame. You deserve it, man. With all love.
I couldn't have done it without you and Soldier.
You know what it is, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. I got to be honest. I was watching your vlog like 4 times this week. I kept counting. How many times did you all say yeah?
Dude, it's picked up. I picked it up off of those guys.
And by the way, I got it because Levi McDaniel's birthday is today. We're going to do it on the air. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Levi McDaniel. Happy birthday to you, Mr. LMFP. Levi McDaniel, happy birthday. I hope that
Happy
you
birthday,
have an
buddy.
awesome day. And,
Yeah.
and definitely, I look forward to you being back on here. And Justin Parsley came back home and said, I don't believe how
Get the comment out of here.
He's a Hall of Famer too, by the way. Justin Parsley's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, because I allow him to be.
Well, I think that he was
It's
still
his show.
the. Well, you still have unfinished business with him, right? In Indiana, so hopefully I'll get a chance.
Until that business is finished, I don't want to hear his fucking name. Sorry, Tom.
Well, it's actually Parsley's now. I have to remember it's Justin Parsley's on YouTube. Follow
Sleaze.
Parsley's, yeah. And also, happy birthday to Amanda once again. Who, by the way, just so you know, Omen, real quick, and you'll both laugh. Mandy, they were actually wondering if she was like being almost hypnotized, almost. That was the word, where she was being brainwashed by so Unholy and some other people. Julian Voy Jacobs were trying to figure out if they could kind of get her back to life. But glad she's back to life now. And happy birthday, Mandy. Have a great day. By the way, Kendall's Tavern, if you're in Indiana, Kendall's Tavern, best barbecue, best bar, best food, best TVs, best owner, best bartender, best DJ, best karaoke DJ, and Justin Parsley. Kendall's Tavern's on Facebook. Go give them a follow. When I'm in Indiana, I'm going to Kendall. So Sean Jovi, I'm gonna give you the floor, Sean Jovi, because I'll be like Ric Flair. I'll keep talking and I'll talk to the room. We don't want that. So it's your moment, Sean Jovi. You earned it. This was your day. And this is one of the greatest days in Sportswire history. And I couldn't think of a better person to end our third class and to make you the 30th member of our Hall of Fame. And also, if you're on sportswireradio.org, officially now, Sean Jovi, your photo is in our website permanently forever. So you were a part of history. So more history for you, Sean Jovi. And the floor is yours, my friend. Fire away. Anything else you want to plug, share, or say, go for it.
Be sure to follow me on my vlogs and all my adventures at Shawn Jovi on YouTube. Obviously, I got the new Jovi's merch site up and running. I'm going to have some new merch coming out soon too that I'm designing, especially for the foundation. Going to have a WC Foundation shirt coming out very soon. And yeah, just keep up with everything because, like I said, the best is yet to come. If you guys think this is the cream of the crop, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is my year. And after I defend this belt and become the undisputed king of the center in rock and roll, we'll have to see what's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, I know what's next. What's next is Sean Jovi returns to the ring February the 17th at the IMF's King of the Center show. And we'll have more information on that on Friday, the 16th. And you'll stay tuned for a few other announcements for that. Also, Sean Jovi, you can follow him Instagram, TikTok, Sean Jovi Selby, Facebook, SM Selby. Over 1,200 followers. Join the movement. YouTube, Sean Jovi. Also, jovismerch.com. And as soon as we get off the air, I will buy my Sean Jovi shirt to give him a very little early, nice, happy birthday. And if you're out there, one more time, Sean Jovi is our 2023 Sportswire Radio Superstar of the Year. He's also our 30th member of the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And we'll have more coverage here with the foundation Tuesday night, 11 o'clock Eastern time, as your brothers, Dark Crown and Matthew Forsaken, take their place into the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. Gentlemen, congratulations. I think I have nothing else more I can say. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody, all the family, friends of Sean Jovi, Tamara, and thank you for your support. Also, Levi McDaniel, happy birthday. You also, Justin Parsley, thank you as always for your support. Levi McDaniel, happy birthday to you, my friend. Also, Brandon, happy birthday to you. I say hello even to you, Tyler Ark. I hope you have a great day. Definitely will see you here on Sportswire sometime. Big Bad Silverwolf and Jules and everybody else in a bag of chips. But my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice of all wrestling, the host of the Sports Report, the owner of Sportswire Radio. We were joined here to be in the 30th member of our Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame, our final member of our third class, the resident rock star, Sean Jovi, the Foundation's rock star, Sportswire's rock star, the WC Interstate Champion. Also, Omen Black, to congratulate him, our 7th member of the Hall of Fame. He's our Sportswire Radio's hardcore god, the boogeyman of the Midwest. He's the IMF hardcore champion. It's his show after all. Until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, on the number one, the global radio station that is Sportswire Radio. Peace out.